All right. Number two.
You're buying investments. You're buying businesses, not just stocks. Let's talk about this one. What would you say about that one? You're buying businesses, not just stocks.
Yeah, I think this is interesting because I like how, you first of all, when you buy a stock, I like this because you now have a say so, good or bad.
Right.
So you'll see. I heard a story of a CEO from Chicago who was on at the Capitol Hill, and was on TV, spotted on TV, and the CEO was fired from his job. So sometimes these executives at a company can, their behavior can affect the swing of a company's value.
Yes.
So you got to pay attention to that because that's all part of the business.
Part of the business. Yes. And, I think sometimes it gets lost in translation sometimes when you buy a stock, because we use the word stock, that, this is actually tied to a complete entire business. And so because of that, I would encourage people to think about using this test. If this business were your uncle or your cousin, and they came to you with this business with the same level of profits, the same products, the same way that they move about and engage with the media, would you purchase or buy an interest in this company? Just use that real granular example. If this was your cousin or your brother, and you knew all the details of the company, of the business, would you purchase shares? And if the answer is no, then you got something else to think about. If the answer is yes, then you know what you got to do.
So your behavior as the leaders of the company, whether you are the CEO or the CFO or the chief information technology officer, marketing officer, HR, all of your behaviors play a role in how well or how poorly your stock, your company's value will perform.
That is, yes, sir. Absolutely. And you have to ask yourself just some real common sense questions like, what is the company even selling? I mean, when I first started, I would buy stocks. I didn't even know what the company did. Like, you have to have, some people, I understand we don't want to do research, or you just want to get in the game real quick. But ask yourself, what does this company sell? Like, that's a great question. What does this company sell? Sometimes it's not readily apparent what they sell. What do they sell? How much money are they making? And then you try to look into the future and make a determination of, do you think down the road this company is going to continue to make money, or what's going to happen?
So I think that's also, you're making me now think about something that I always forget about when I'm investing. And I'm, again, in Big Stu fashion, I'm going to be very transparent. I always forget to set my financial goal with my investment.
Okay.
I sometimes tend to just jump in. I have an extra, 20, 50, 30 bucks, whatever it may be, $100, and I dump it in something in real time, but not ever really thinking about when will I, pull it out? When will I cash in, if you will? So I say that to say it's always important to think about what's your financial goal, what's your plan, what are you trying to accomplish financially by investing?
Yeah, true. I wanted to ask you, since you did give us that, like, when you're doing that, do you do any sort of quick analysis when you're making that quick purchase, or do you just kind of go with your gut?
I have a method. I have a method.
I got you.
And so my method is I generally go in and I look at the stock chart and I look at the max on that stock, right? And I want to see, just historically, as long as they've been publicly traded, how have they performed and how fast are they bouncing back from their recent lows? Okay. How long does it take them to exceed their previous highs, and how long does it take them to recover from their previous lows?
All right, Big Stu. Big Stu got the strategy, coming through with the strategy today. So
it's chess, not checkers, man.
Yeah, it's chestnut checkers. So yeah, that's great. Hey, if you're just now tuning in, this is the Money, Sex, Gen X podcast. You are here with myself, Mr. Eric McLeod, my co-host here, my brother, Big Stu. We are going through a short conversation about stocks, 10 things that they don't tell you.